Is it possible to be a swordsman and master violinist? If we could ask Giuseppe Tartini, one of the most influential and fascinating figures in the history of the violin, the answer is yes. Born on this day in 1692, Tartini's life itself was an adventure. His parents had intended for Tartini to become a priest, but young Giuseppe's adventurous spirit thwarted these plans. He went to study law at the University of Padua, but spent most of his first year in the fencing ring. He became a champion fencer. As his parents' allowance didn't carry far, he worked part-time as a violin teacher and fell in love with the Archbishop of Padua's niece. They married in secret, which was understandably not to the Archbishop's liking at all. So Tartini fled to the monks of Assisi, who granted him sanctuary. Tartini was barely 20 years old, and it was at the monastery in Assisi where he began studying the violin and composition more seriously. He spent another 2 years in Ancona, practicing in isolation, mastering the violin, inspired by meeting celebrated violin virtuoso Veracini. Tartini returned to Padua after the Archbishop's rage had cooled down and became concertmaster in the orchestra of St. Anthony's Basilica. Needless to say, he stayed happily married to the Archbishop's niece. Except for a short stay in Prague, Tartini remained in Padua for the rest of his life. Tartini's legacy is amazing. He made important improvements to the violin, such as thickening the strings, which gave a mellower sound, and also lengthened the bow. He is world famous for his Devil's Trill Sonata. Why the Devil's Trill? Legend has it that Tartini heard the devil play a sonata in his dream. He woke up and quickly tried to recapture the melody in his own work. Could it be true? Difficult to say, but the sonata does sound devilish. Last but not least, Tartini was the first owner of a Stradivari.